as goddesses, we must utilize our powers. To not believe in yourself, it completely takes all of your power away from you, like all of your power. You really have to believe in you, especially if no one else believes in you. Like, it wouldn't even matter if someone else believed in you if you didn't believe in yourself. You got to start with you first. Hello, my fellow goddesses, and welcome to episode 2 of the Goddess TV series, Power of Self-Confidence and How to Overcome Imposter Syndrome. So today, I really felt like this was needed to be the second episode because without self-confidence, it makes it hard to do a lot of things and to make it through a lot of obstacles that comes with life. We have to understand that the situations and circumstances that get thrown at us are just a part of life, and how we deal with those things adds to your quality of life. Everybody has to deal with something, and everybody deals with that something in a certain way. When you have that self-confidence in the midst of giving your reaction to whatever circumstance or situation comes at you, you can utilize that power to help you get through that obstacle or situation or circumstance way more effectively, efficiently, and in a way where you ultimately get the best out of the situation, because that's the goal. We want the best lives we can have as goddesses. We must utilize our powers. It adds to your quality of living. It adds to you as a person. Adding confidence to the midst of anything that you are doing will ultimately make you be perceived in a certain way, as well as make you feel a certain way as well. Confidence empowers you, your ability to do whatever you want in your mind. Like, to have that self-confidence allows you to truly do what you want and not be scared about what you're trying to do. When you lack that self-confidence, when you lack confidence, you tend to not do the things that you actually want to do, and you tend to be more shy, and you tend to not believe in yourself. And to not believe in yourself, it completely takes all of your power away from you, like all of your power. So it's like you really have to believe in you, especially if no one else believes in you. Like, it wouldn't even matter if someone else believed in you if you didn't believe in yourself. Like, you got to start with you first, so that you can reflect onto others. You do this for you, others do this for you, because they see that you do it for yourself. When you utilize that power, it makes you just a goddess. It truly adds to that goddess quality. It truly adds to the ability to just be you and not really care about what everybody says or what about anybody thinks, because it's about how you think. You cared about how you thought first, so everybody else came second, or not at all. Like, when you have that confidence, you literally laugh in the face of people that tell you that you can't do whatever you're trying to do. Don't allow that to get to you. And when you don't allow people to get to you, you're unstoppable. Let me give you the definition of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome: the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills. Imposter syndrome is basically being scared of being this person that you're trying to be, or not seeing or believing in yourself to being a person that you are. You don't have the ability to believe, and that is such a sad thing. Like, to believe is the very first step, and to not to believe is literally counteractive of doing whatever you're trying to do. Don't worry about imposter syndrome. What do you want to do with your life? Is this what you want to do? Is this what you believe in? And then you need to ask yourself, why don't I believe in myself? As a goddess, you must believe in yourself, or nobody else will treat you as a goddess. They won't believe in you as a goddess. They won't worship you as a goddess. So it's like, it all starts with you first. Now, let's get into the effects of this disease, because this is technically a very serious disease. The effects of imposter syndrome: anxiety, fear of failure, denying one's own success, difficulty in accepting compliments, feeling like a fraud, poor self-esteem, anxiety about being discovered, perfectionism, and the imposter cycle. Those are the absolute worst. Like, that will literally take all your power away. You not believing in yourself, having low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is basically a lack of confidence. Like, all of this is the foundation of your creation. These maladaptive qualities be the root of the biggest problems that people have in their lives. And to not have that foundation, it creates a very rocky start from you, because now you are in this space of disbelief in your own self. Like, you literally don't even believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself so much that you are denying yourself your own success, meaning you're not even like, you have the potential for success, but you don't even do what you need to do to get there. You kill your success before it's even reached the heights that it was going to reach. And it's all very sad, because it's like, to break something down before it had even been built, it's just so destructive. It's so detrimental to your success. It's so detrimental to living and having a good life. And as goddesses, we must always do what we need to do to have the best quality of life, because that's what we deserve. And if you don't believe you deserve that, you have to reevaluate your mind. You have to reevaluate everything, because why do you even think like this? And this is why self-help books are very important. This is the whole reason why I created my very first ebook, which is my gratitude journal. It's a 30-day gratitude journal, and it literally reprogram your mind. It literally reprograms your mind into having this positive growth mindset, instead of having this lack and low self-esteem type of mindset. The type of mindset that will literally kill all your dreams before it can ever reach success, before it can ever reach any levels. People with those type of mindsets don't make it far in life, or they make it into a very stuck place in life, and they feel like they can't get out, or they deal with whatever circumstance was thrown at them, because they didn't have the confidence, self-esteem, and positive growth mindset to do what they need to do to see what they believe in, to actually physically see that come from your mind into your reality. And that's why I created that book, because even myself, I went through this growing up in a household where there's a poverty mindset, a poor mindset, or you living in poverty, you living in an environment that's violent, negative, destructive. All of those environments and people add to that negative, low self-esteem, procrastination, and pessimistic type of mindset. And that's why it's very important for you to do the work necessary on your own time to help yourself internally, so that you can externally see that in your life, in your body, how you look, how people look at you, how you think, all of that, all of it. And then that's also why I created my second ebook. That's why the second ebook, New Era, New Me, was created. Because after you have that mindset switch, after you realize that, no, there's way more room for growth. After you realize that you have all the time in the world that you need to do whatever you want, now you need to actually see what type of person you are trying to create now, because now you're creating a whole new person. You're creating a whole new life for you. So you need to see that. And in that journal, you have to literally write out every single thing, every single little piece that adds to your life and add to who you are as a person, so you can fully see it. I needed that. That's why I started with that. I did those myself. That's why I created it. And now I'm putting it out for everybody else to do it as well, because that's how much it helped me. I had to do the work to really stay consistent, diligent, and driven to see the person that I want to be actually be. Readjusting your personal rules helps with maladaptation. When you readjust who you are as a person and you readjust what you want out of life, now you can rule out all that maladaptive like qualities. Because to be maladaptive is literally the opposite of adaptation, a trait that is more helpful than harmful to you. The opposite of being more helpful than harmful is maladaptation. So as you adapt in life, you want to do the things that's going to be helping you versus the things that's going to be harming you. Now, let's get into how to eradicate imposter syndrome from your life, right? The first one, acknowledge and understand how this quality is worsening your life and worsening you as a person, right? That's the first step. Second step, reframe your thoughts. So you need to change how you're thinking. Like I said earlier, you need self-help books and journals. I have some linked in my bio. That first one, which is the gratitude journal, will completely reframe your mind. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to completely change how you're thinking and redirect it, okay, into a more positive growth mindset instead of a pessimistic, low self-esteem, low quality mindset, because that's not what goddesses have. To be a goddess is to always have a growth mindset, because goddesses always grow. Goddesses are always adding to their arsenal, adding to their powers, adding to their livelihood. We are creation. We create. We always add more. We are the multipliers. All right. Third one, seek support. Now, everybody on this channel is, even if there's nobody there yet, because this is new, everybody here is all on the same page. This is a community here. You can always say something in the comments. You can always ask something in the comments and I can make a video on it, or I can touch on it in a video. Seek support here. Maybe you need somebody to refer to, someone who can provide a different perspective to what you're going through and offer you that encouragement that you deserve and that you need, because every woman has the ability to become a goddess. So no matter what you're going through, know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel, and always know that there's always room for more for you if that's what you want. It's all about what you want. 4, celebrate your success. You should always be celebrating you. You should be celebrated. Why? You're a goddess. Okay? As a goddess, you are to be celebrated by yourself and by others. So surround yourself with people who will celebrate your small wins, your big wins, or no wins at all. They're still going to celebrate you, as well as yourself. Always take the time to celebrate you. You deserve that. Keep a record of your achievement. Always keep up with what you have done so you can look back, see what you did, and get inspired again. And also maybe get back on track if something is trying to get you off track. If you keep up with what you're doing, you can refer back to it. You can see And always remind yourself, like, nah, this is how was happening. This was working out like this for me, or whatever the case may be. 5, set realistic goals. Set goals that you can achieve. And also, there's nothing wrong with being a little delulu about it. Still make it realistic. Like, you can say, oh, I'm going to create 10 paintings this week. But if you know that you ain't gonna actually have the time to do those 10 paintings, don't set that goal. That's not realistic. Because realistically, you gotta have other things you have to do, or you just don't have that time. So maybe you need to make it a little more time. Give yourself more time to do what you're trying to do. You have to make it work. Make your goals reachable. But it's all right to have a dream. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you can't do whatever you want to do, because as a goddess, you completely can. As a goddess, we can literally do whatever we want. That measurable, reachable, realistic, consistently, that's when it blossoms in a way more structured way, because you can dream and you can believe it, and it could pop up. But if you put that measurable goal in place to always do this, to always make it this, it'll most definitely happen, because you set stuff in place for it to happen, if you can understand what I'm saying. 6 is to embrace failure. Always, okay, as a goddess, never count a loss as a loss. As a goddess, count your lessons as a lesson. Right. You must, does you see what I'm saying? I don't even look at it as a loss. You must always count your losses as a lesson. It was never a loss. You always got something from it. You know what you got from it? You got to not do it again. You learned that you shouldn't do this again. You learned that this ain't work for me, or this wasn't for me, so I shouldn't do it. Or you learned that I can try again, because the second time it just might happen. Never look at it like a loss, because you never lose anything but what you did need. Okay? So if you did need it, did you really lose it? Exactly. 7, continuous learning. Like I said, to have that growth mindset, you will always feel like there's nothing you can't do. You have the space, you have the time and the energy to do whatever you want, because you have a growth mindset. You have a mindset to be like, yeah, I did this, but now I could do this tomorrow. I could do whatever I want tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. That's why I love tomorrow. Commit to lifelong development. Commit to lifelong learning. Always be willing to do the work to be the best version of yourself. If that takes time, it takes time. There's nothing wrong with that. Always look at it like you have way more room to grow, never to fall short. You're not out of time. Never feel like you're out of time, because you have all the time in the world. Time is actually an illusion. When you understand this, you utilize these powers in a way that you can really benefit from. It's actually really beautiful. Number 8, self-compassion. Practice being kind to yourself. Treat yourself with love and compassion, the same way you would do a friend. I could say treat yourself as you would a friend, but honestly, if you don't even treat yourself if you don't treat yourself in a well way, or in a wholesome, loving, compassionate way, you actually won't be able to do that for others. It actually will fall short. It may actually seem like a lie. You may not fully believe what you're saying to them, because you don't even do this for yourself. It all starts with self. So you need to do what yourself needs you to do. Always love yourself. Always cater to you. Always show you that you are worth everything, and that you are deserving of everything. And you can do whatever you want. You can achieve whatever goal that you want. You need to honestly always think like this for yourself. If you always thinking like, oh, I can't do this, or maybe this ain't gonna work for me, or I don't know about this, or I try to do this, but it just don't work for me, or I don't like, you can't leave room for self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. There's no reason to doubt yourself. Self-doubt only leads to more procrastination, really. Because as you keep doubting yourself, this thing that you're doubting yourself about is always on your mind. And eventually you're going to do it, even if you don't stick to it. So it's like, it's procrastination. When really you could just be like, I'm so confident in this, it's going to work. And you just going to keep doing it. And you're going to keep doing it. And it just work out every time. And it happened way sooner than years and years and years you let pass, because you just so full of self-doubt, so full of low self-esteem, and all these negative maladaptive qualities that's not helping you or your quality of life. It's like it all starts with you, and you need to change and redirect your mind. This all ties right back into self-confidence. And you want to know why this all ties right back to self-confidence? Because every single strategy from 1 through 8 that I said that helps you eradicate imposter syndrome from your life, it literally all starts with having self-confidence. You will not be able to seek out support if you don't have confidence in yourself. You won't have confidence to be able to talk to people and tell people about what's going on. You won't be able to do that, be able to acknowledge or understand anything, because you don't even have the confidence in your mind to be like, yeah, this is true. I believe in this. Like, I'm confident enough to see that. You don't have that because you ain't got self-confidence. You won't be able to do that. If you don't have self-confidence, how could you celebrate your success? You weren't even confident enough to do the success. How could you set realistic goals? How could you embrace failure? How could you continuously be looking forward to learning and to development if you aren't self-confident in the process? You won't have self-compassion if you don't have self-confidence. You won't like yourself. You won't like that you aren't being the best version of you or showing you as you. So the power of self-confidence will always eradicate imposter syndrome, because you need self-confidence to be able to actually put the action necessary behind these 8 strategies and actually stick to it. So that concludes this video. I'm just so happy that we got to touch on something as important as this, and I truly hope that this has helped you in some type of way. And let me know if it did in the comments. If you see somebody that may say they need some support, or they hear you in the comments, be that support system for them. You know, we are all a community, so never be afraid to say that you may need help, or that you may need me to talk about a certain topic. You know, anything that may be on your mind, you can leave it in the comments and I'll touch on it in another video. And that concludes episode 2 of the Goddess TV series, The Power of Self-Confidence and How to Overcome Imposter Syndrome. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. If you did, make sure you hit the bell and subscribe, because I'm going to be dropping more of these videos to help us all reach our goddess potential and goddess abilities and our powers as goddesses. Make sure you look in the bio, because I have some very effective self-help books that is all made to help us goddesses be the goddesses that we are, the highest or the best version of ourselves. And that is to be a goddess. That's why I completely started this whole series, this whole channel. I want to really show and let the women know that, and the girls, I want to let all the females and women know that we are powerful beings, and that once you take your power back, your quality of life, it just simply expands and it becomes what you actually want it to be. So yeah, that concludes this video. I will see you all in the next video, which will be power of saying no and the power of setting boundaries for self-care. Yeah, I am Goddess T. This is the Goddess TV series, and I will see you all in the next one. To more healing and star power.